Hi, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to the Let's Keep Moving with Risha podcast. This is Risha. I'm a motivational speaker, content creator, and I love talking about things that will help you keep moving in your life, especially in areas like your life, mental health, love, growth, and everything in between. If you're ready, let's keep moving. Should I just say and mention Happy Vermonts? It's already September and grabe ang bilis ng panahon. A few months from now, mamaya December na, and then 2025 na. And we only have a few months left for 2024. So, thank you so much for getting to spend it with me today. And if there's just one thing I'd like to add as part of our chit chat before we even get started, it is that I am really grateful you're here. I mean it when I said it in my introduction that I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here for it. I always remind my audience that someone like me, even if I don't know you, loves your company, loves that you're here, loves that you're spending time with me, even if I may just be a stranger to you or you don't fully know me. Thank you. It's amazing how we were able to build this community together. Naiintindihan ko na not a lot of us or siguro ilan lang sa atin yung nagkakaroon ng deep talks or deep conversations with the people we spend time with. Not too many people, 'di ba? Pero why? Maybe because not everybody feels as deeply as we do, and it's all okay. And I'm just really grateful that this platform, this podcast is allowing you to have deep conversations with yourself and with me. Kasi, kagaya ng sabi ko, not everybody gets to have that, especially on a consistent basis. Kasi madalas, for example, pag nagta-travel lang, nagkakaroon ng ganong deep conversations with friends, or kapag nagkakape, or kapag nag-eat out lang sa labas. Pero it doesn't happen on a consistent basis. So, thank you for allowing me to be part of this very limited or exclusive version of you. And I'm really, really hopeful that you are learning and you are having breakthroughs and reflections in your life. So it's just been a few days since I celebrated my 22nd birthday. You see, if you have listened to our previous episode, I talked about 22 things that I learned in my 22 years or 21 years. But it's just amazing that I get to talk about things that I learned. Kasi minsan, hindi mo alam na natututunan mo na pala yung mga bagay na yon dahil hindi mo sinusulat. So, hopefully, you get to also listen to that. I was able to spend time or spend my birthday sa Sagada, and it's amazing. I can talk about it all the time since it happened. Pero super grateful. I've been putting it off for a year kasi supposedly dapat last year pa ako dun magbe-birthday kasi Sagada is like my dream place. I don't know, it's just surreal to be there. I've been seeing videos, I've been seeing pictures. Sagada is taking us back to history, reminding us of what really is like to be living back in the days, back when there was no civilization yet, there's no technology, and it just feels amazing to be back and to be able to experience it all. So, ang saya. Maybe you also get to spend time there. You also get to visit there. You can also tell me your experience. I'm all for it. So today, since I already talked about my birthday and how it's already bare months and how 2025 is almost knocking on our doors, I also like to tell that I really learned a lot from my 2024 and sobrang dami kong natutunan. Today, we're talking about what I feel like is the intersection of those things for me. And ito din yung madalas yung tinatanong. I remember I shared this story of mine online asking you guys, what do you want to hear from the show? What do you want me to talk about? And at that time, I still can't resonate with it yet. Pero right now, I feel like I have a lot to share about it, and hopefully, you'll learn insights from this. So how do we really learn to move on or to move on from the past or to get past it and to just heal somehow. I've been receiving a lot of messages talaga from people. How do you fully move on? How do you move on when somebody cheated on you? How do you fully move on when you have or when you experience a broken relationship, when someone betrayed you and all that? And it's not just for romantic side or part, but I also wanted to touch a lot of things in here. Hindi lang sa heartbreak sa romantic relationships, kundi sa something you did, maybe a huge mistake done by someone you love. You feel like you failed at some point. Paano ka nga ba makaka-move on from there? You feel like you messed up. You feel like you did a huge mistake. There's a lot of ways in which moving on can be talked about and can be a part of. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So if you're excited to know how do we or I or a lot of people have done it, how do they fully move on from the past, then without further ado, I'm so excited for this. Let's keep moving. I basically want to lean away from my traditional flow, which is like 1, 2, 3. Today, I just want to have this conversation with you, like flow lang tayo today, and let's talk about how we can actually move on from the past without having to have a list. And this means me telling you that there's no checklist na kapag nagawa mo na to, okay ka na. Na kapag na-check mo na to or nakapunta ka na dito or nagawa mo na tong pinapagawa sa'yo, okay na. It's not like a grocery list. There's no such thing as like that when you're moving on. So, we're leaning away from it and we're just going to have this like bestie or friend-like conversation. So, I hope you're going to like it. Let me also know in the comments. First, what I want people to remember is that we don't have to rush ourselves towards forgetting it all. I think that's the biggest misconception we have about moving on. We feel like we have to forget about it. We feel like we can only say to ourselves na naka-move on na ako kapag hindi mo na naaalala, kapag wala ka ng pake, kapag hindi na nito naapektuhan yung system mo. But we can actually be moving on and still remember how it felt like. And still remember how painful it was. And remember how it has caused you so much damage. What most of us get wrong is we want to fully heal from it all kasi. Gusto natin in a snap, okay na tayo. Gusto natin in a snap, pagising natin, okay na tayo. Like, hindi na tayo umiyak and all that. Gusto natin agad mawala yung sakit. But I think one of the biggest things that I learned from moving on, from past mistakes, from being betrayed, is to not rush yourself. To honor this season of being broken, to honor this season of being in pain, and to honor this season of not just knowing what's going to happen next. We have heard a lot of breakups recently. We have heard a lot of mistakes and failures. So yun, you don't have to rush yourselves towards forgetting it all. We're human beings. You're a human being. And we're supposed to feel it all before we let it all go. Again, allow me to say this to you once again. We're human beings. And we're supposed to feel it all before we let it all go. The reason why we feel like, after years of suffering, like akala natin okay na tayo, akala natin tapos na, akala natin tapos na yung sakit. Pero the reason why we still feel like it was just yesterday or the pain was still fresh is because we refuse to feel it all. A couple of months back, nag-attend ako ng isang fellowship group after ng worship service. And I was spending time dito sa fellowship group na to. I was spending time with people who are way younger than me. And I love talking to people who are way younger than me, who have a lot of insights about life, about spirituality, about growth, about development. I was able to spend time with the sister of my former classmate kasi I was just invited lang. And I remember one thing she said to me that really stuck with me while I was telling what I've been through for like the past months. Sabi niya sa akin, Ate Risha, okay lang yan. Fresh pa kasi, so normal lang talaga na babalik yan or babalik pa yung feeling or magre-relapse ka, okay lang yan. And it was just a reminder that I don't have to rush myself towards forgetting things, towards forgetting it all. It's completely okay if I just take my time. It's completely okay if I just allow myself to feel. It's all okay if I am just going to respect my season of releasing and just be here. Feel it all, even the unwanted ones. Madalas ang gusto kasi lang natin yung mga happy feelings, yung mga happy emotions. Yan, joy, excitement, fun, laughter. But it's also about welcoming the unwanted feeling. It's just that do not welcome it to stay. Anxiety will be there, sadness will be there, loneliness will be there. Welcome it all, but please do not welcome it to stay. Always have this mindset na okay lang na maramdaman ko lahat ng to. Okay lang na ma-feel ko lahat ng negative or all these emotions. It's just that I know there should be a limit. Alam ko dapat na sapat na naramdaman ko to. Before you do the steps kasi to move forward, ask yourself, have you given yourself permission to feel it all? Before you get to take another step forward, ask yourself, have I given myself enough time to feel it all? What's holding us back from moving forward is that mabigat pa. Is that we did not give ourselves permission to feel. So, unti-unti nating bawasan yung bigat bago tayo lumakad pauna. Kasi the reason why we can't make progress or we can't make steps forward is because there's too much of an emotional baggage with us. And you can't simply walk with ease if sobrang bigat ng dala mo, diba? And it's obvious, physically, hindi mo talaga kayang lumakad pauna kapag sobrang bigat ng dala mo. Or kung makakalakad ka man, sobrang hirap, sobrang bigat sa pakiramdam, sobrang nakakapagod. So, maybe that's a reminder, not just for me, but for you, to just give yourself permission to feel. Okay lang umiyak, okay lang na feeling mo ang pangit-pangit mo na habang umiiyak ka. Feeling mo it's not you anymore. Feeling mo wala kang kakampi. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to shout. It's okay to release it all. I am giving you this reminder kasi baka hindi natin alam. Baka hindi mo pa alam by this time na in order for you to move forward, in order for you to move on, you've got to feel it all. Ubusin mo yung galit mo. Ubusin mo yung iyak mo. Kasi there will come a time when you are consciously aware na na-feel mo na siya lahat. Yung galit mo, yung iyak mo, yung lungkot mo, yung happiness mo, yung frustration mo, lahat-lahat. There will come a time na you don't even notice. It's lighter. Okay, hindi ko sasabihin okay ka na, bigla. But it's lighter. And that's the goal. I mean, that's the goal for me of moving on. To make another day lighter than it was previously. Than it was yesterday. And I think that's the sole purpose of this episode. Aside from allowing yourself to feel, I think what could be a great reminder than to tell you that forgive people and forgive yourself. And I think mas mauuna yung forgive yourself first before you ever get to forgive people. I could be emotional right now kasi I've been really through a lot lately. And it's a reminder I want you to know. It's time that you forgive yourself because you did not know any better. It's because you did not know it sooner. It's because you felt like you weren't enough. You know, I was reading this book by Robin Sharma called The 5 a.m. Club. A lot of people are asking me my book recommendations. And it's the 5 a.m. Club. Sabi doon, life is too short to take things personally. At the end of your life, what matters most is who you are as a human being, the quality of craft you have produced, how many people you helped, how much you laughed, how much you loved, and how well you lived. And it really stuck with me kasi we feel like when we forgive people, kinakawawa natin yung sarili natin kasi feeling natin hindi natin deserve yun. Feeling natin we have to get even. But no, if you really want to move on, be willing to forgive people. Be willing to forgive yourself first before you do that. This is not a common belief sa generation natin. But I have to tell you that every human being does the best they can based on the level of consciousness they currently at and on the grade of true power they can command. And here's the thing. If people in your life had known better, they would have done better. Take it from this book, okay? If people in your life had known better, they would have done better. Ang mali nga, hindi nga nila alam, kaya nila nagawa yon. Hindi mo alam, kaya mo nagawa yon. So if you've been following me on social media, you might have noticed that I've been talking about, spirituality and being broken and being not okay recently. And I remember a friend telling me all those things. Sabi niya sa akin, Risha, humans fall short. Risha, kapag nagmamahal nasasaktan. Risha, you are highly favored. Risha, you do not deserve better. You deserve the best and the right one. And I want to tell you the same exact things. My friend and you, humans fall short. If people had known better, they would have done better. You do not deserve better, you deserve the best and the right one. When you are living, not just when you're loving when you're living, you're supposed to get hurt. Kasi if you're not hurt, you won't know how healing feels like. And healing feels like care. Healing feels like love. Healing feels like you have finally forgiven yourself. I think the hardest lesson I had to learn from this experience and from this situation is that the people who injected pain in my life were also in pain too. The people who injected pain in your life was also in pain. Imagine kung gaano kabigat ang sakit na dinudulot nila sa'yo. It means ganun din kabigat ang daladala nilang sakit. Kasi they cannot hurt you unless what they have inside is pain. Kasi hurt people At the end of the day, it's the belief I believed in and I hold on to. It's just about putting so much understanding to other people kasi they are also in pain. And maybe we have to cut them a little slack. Pero if sasabihin mo, paano ako? Like, Miss Risha, paano ako? I know, I hear you, but that's just how life works. If you know better, if you are okay, like literally, if you are just better, piliin mong umintindi. Piliin mong umunawa. Kasi blessed are those who know how to understand it. And that's honestly the fastest way for you to heal and move on. I'm not saying, okay, forgive na lang. I mean, for the sake of just, for formality purposes, just forgive na lang. But it has to come from the heart. To accept that people did the best they can with the resources they have, with the knowledge they had. It's full of freedom. And I hope you also get to a point where you can really forgive people from the heart. By the way, friends, if you're new here, if you found value in this podcast, I truly appreciate it if you can give me a 5-star rating on your preferred podcast platform. Your ratings and reviews really help us reach more people and continue delivering this type of content with everybody. So just give us a 5-star rating if you like and if you like this episode. Okay, going back, we can move on from the past if we can learn from this experience. It's strange how I've been through a lot, pero palagi kong sasabihin na nagpapasalamat ako sa sakit. Nagpapasalamat ako sa sakit na nangyari at naramdaman ko kasi I really learned a lot, like a lot. And it's also the reason why I got closer to God. And I'm not ashamed of it. The people and situations that brought me this far and up until today were mentors in disguise. They really taught me lessons, and those lessons are something that I will really, really bring with me for a lifetime. You know, I was watching this preaching by Pastor Steven, and sabi niya doon, yes, choose your battle, pero what if the battle chooses you? And it hit me. Like, madami tayong moments of hindi ko naman ginusto yung nangyari sa akin. Hindi ko ginustong niloko ako. Hindi ko ginustong sinaktan ako. Hindi ko ginustong pinagkaisahan ako. Hindi ko ginustong binitrade ako. Hindi ko gusto yung mga nangyari sa akin. But it already happened. And these people were my mentors in disguise. These situations are my mentors in disguise. Baka itong mga taong to ang kailangan talagang manakit sa akin para magbago ako. Baka ito talagang mga taong to ang kailangang manakit sa'yo para magbago ka, para maging mas okay ka. Maybe these people are sent by life's better nature to push you to the edge so you would reach a place of wanting to change. So you could reach your fullest potential. Kaya sabi ko, every time I find myself in a hard place, in a tough situation, what is this situation trying to teach me? And I mean it. I still can't believe why a lot of people would throw hate on me kasi parang sinasabi nila na sinasabi mo lang yan na intindihin ko sila, na maging matured, na ganito dapat yung ma-feel ko kasi hindi mo pa nararanasan yung sakit. If we are just talking about pain, if we are just talking about experiencing hard times in your life, I could be the best example. And I've been through a lot. I may not be in a place right now where I could share it, but we all experience pain, no matter what the intensity of that pain is. So never, yun lang, before we even get to the conclusion of this episode, never ever underrate people's pain or undermine people's pain based on your pain. I mean, we all have different pain tolerance. And what's big for you might be shallow for me, and what's big for me might be shallow for you. But we all can understand the very essence of this pain. This pain is trying to teach you something. Maybe this pain is trying to tell you a particular lesson na do not trust people too much. Be cautious with people. Be more careful with your decisions. Be more careful with your decisions. Be pickier with your friends. Huwag ka masyadong magpadalos-dalos sa mga daily life decisions mo. Be pickier with the people you surround yourself with. If people are just willing to look at the brighter side, they have no idea how it could make a huge difference. Before I even let you go, if there is one thing, hopefully, that you can learn from this, may it be this, okay? Let God fix it. If it's bigger than you, then it's not yours to fix. If it's bigger than you, then it is for God. It really does take time. And if there's just really one thing na natutunan ko from all that I've experienced, it is just that when I did my part, when I did everything I can to handle things, to fix things, it's time that after it, I surrender it to Him. Kasi siya lang yung makakagawa nun eh. If it's bigger than me, then it's not bigger than God. Because not a single thing is bigger than Him. So you have to give His job back by surrendering every problem, every mistake, every situation that you find yourself in. It is possible to put a catalyst sa situation mo. Posibleng mapabilis. And if you're wondering, paanong posible, then look at me. I'm really getting through it. And I'm really, really working my way through it with Him and through Him. So, whatever decision you have right now, whether to fully move on, to give people another chance, or to move forward in your journey, this time alone, but with God, I support you. I've been through a lot lately. Paulit-ulit ko yung sasabihin. And you might have felt it, not just here sa episode na to, but on everything I've been sharing online. You can feel how much pain I have experienced, and hopefully there will come a time na I'll be comfortable sharing that part of me with you. And trust me when I say this, that when that time comes, then I must say that I am fully healed from it. And you can be too. And as someone who is currently in the middle of it all, yes, I talk about it with a heart full of acceptance, with a heart full of openness. As someone who is currently in the middle of it all, moving on from the past, forgiving people, dealing with things I had no control over, surrendering everything to Him, I want to assure you that it does get better. I want to assure you that it does get better. Little by little, day by day. And you'll be able to find yourself again and look back, and it will all make sense. Before I even say my outro, allow me to tell this to you like straight in your eye. You do not deserve that pain. You do not deserve all those things that happened to you. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. But please, please know that you're not alone. If it would make you feel better, yes, you're not alone. We are in this together. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. And we'll make our way through it. That's about it, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really hope that you learned something. And sana may ma-apply din kayo starting from now. Like always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Are you having a difficult time moving on? We have that in the poll section, and I'm curious about what you think of this episode. Share it with me in the comments kasi wala na tayong mga Q&A dito sa Spotify, but happy to know everything about what you think, your thoughts, your opinions, your judgments para sa particular episode na to. You can also share your favorite takeaways on social media and tag me at Risha Marceliana kasi I've been wanting to hear from you. Your feedback and thoughts are really invaluable to me, and I can't wait to see and reshare what resonated most with you. Again, this has been your friend and your host, Risha. Know that I am grateful for you. I have always been. And I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for your healing. I'm rooting for everything and all that it takes for you to heal. I'll see you in the next few days. Don't forget to always keep moving. Bye!